Welcome everyone. Hello. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? It's been so long. It's been like a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3. It's been a long time. It's been a while. And I hope that you've missed me. This is the return to the Bunny Babbles. And boy, do I have some news for you. Actually, I have a lot of news for you. If you don't know how Bunny Babbles work, since it has been quite a bit, I do plan on trying to make these weekly once again, just like the good old days, the peak of Shirybun CH channel. The golden days. Oh my god. Remember back when I was doing a commentary video every single day? Oh, those were the days. There was a commentary video every day and 2 clips. It was insane. That content, you guys were getting so much content. Now you guys get like maybe 2 videos a month. Don't worry, that's fixing. Huge news coming up. But in case you don't know what the Bunny Babble's all about, basically, I'm going to be giving you the bunny news. Consider me your bunny host, and I am your bunny boy. Hello, hi, I'm Shirybun. Good to see you. Essentially, I'm going to be going over a bunch of different talking points over the course of what happened over the internet of the last time I've done the Bunny Babble. Things that I find interesting. It may be current events, it may be news, it may be new anime, it may be just stuff that I find interesting, it may be games that are coming out. Basically, topics that I think are interesting. But before I do any of those, of course, I normally give my Shirybun updates, so you get to know anything new that's happening in the Shiry world, or things that I'm working on, or plans that I have, or projects that I have. Or I basically get to talk to you. It's more on almost like a one-on-one session where you get to have me in the background, just listen to me while you work on stuff. Most of the time I'm just going to be second monitor material, just while you do work, while you try to sleep. I'm just going to be, these are long videos that I normally yap for like an hour. It's a single take, it's one long take. That might be surprising because of how smooth my words are and how I seem to never make mistakes ever. But in order to keep things separated, I always do a jingle. That's where the term jingle came from. Jingle. When you hear that noise, that means I'm going on to a new topic. You listen to the jingles, see if it's a topic that interests you. If it is, perk up, listen up, watch the video, listen to the video. If not, just let it be your background noise until the next jingle happens. And with that, we're going to be jingling into our first topic. Jingle. Myself, me, myself, and I. Hi, hello. Hi, that's me. Hi, I am Shiry. Hi, good to see you. Hello. Hi. So, I have a few updates, a few things that I did want to basically talk about. One of them is I will be returning to ASMR. I see you freaks that won't leave me alone commenting on my videos, every video, whenever I make a community post. My content, I want to see ASMR. I want you to play. When is ASMR? I want your ASMR. When ASMR? I don't do ASMR on this channel. Don't come to me about ASMR to this channel. Have you ever seen ASMR on this channel? No, you want to know why? It's not an ASMR channel. Whole reason I made this channel was to separate from ASMR, because anytime I did a not ASMR video on that channel, it did bad. So I made a whole new channel so I didn't have to worry about that. But then I have my scragglers, people crawling on all fours, all hands and knees, just desperately crawling to me, be like, please, can I have a crumb of ASMR, please? I'm good for it. I'll pay. Newsflash, by the way, I do live streams of ASMR. So if you've been desperately wanting some ASMR, just go to the damn channel, click on the live tab, and you get 3 hours every week, at least. But I will be returning to ASMR on that channel. I'll be posting 1 video a week at least every Sunday. You guys will be able to get a week early if you go to the Patreon. Patreon also gets Patreon exclusives every week. Normally I strive for Tuesdays for those, but you also will get the ASMR video for that week a week in advance, basically. So the 3,000 kisses, which is my return and was monumental task, by the way. 3,000 kisses is a lot. That's on the Patreon, but it'll be uploaded in about a day or 2, whenever. I don't know exactly when this Bunny Babble will be posted. It's either going to be posted on a Friday or Saturday. Don't know yet, but it will be. But I will have my YouTube schedule for the ASMR channel to be every Sunday you get an ASMR video. Stop crying to me. You get what you want. Be happy. If I give you a little extra, I give you a little slice of the pie, a little extra than just one a week, praise me. Just worship me and be happy and be glad that I'm feeding you. Anyway, up next for my little updates of me, myself, and I. Hello, hi, it's still me. I haven't left. So, big news. So December 20, some of you that are longtime viewers will know this. My birthday is December 20. And that's when I do my big celebration. I normally do a big bunathon, and I have little events. I try to have something big planned for that day. It's my special day. I like to celebrate it. It's normally the happiest day of the year for me. I get to spend a lot of time with friends. I get to enjoy the cold weather, which we don't normally get in Florida. And normally I do an uncapped subathon, which means that normally, sometimes, especially with streams, you guys don't get the most frequent streams. You guys don't get a ton of me. These bunathons is when you get a ton of me, because I'm streaming for essentially a week plus straight. As if you want to keep seeing me, all you do is you just toss over some more money. That's how subathons, bunathons, whatever-a-thons, donathons, that's how they work. It's a little bit unhealthy, but I actually enjoy it. I have fun. It feels fulfilling. And I also feel like I get to spend time with you guys and have fun with you guys. And it's one of my few ways of making sure I can afford taxes for the next year. So, one of the big things that I have planned for my birthday, my bunathon, is the anime opening that's been about a year or two in the works. You've seen clips of it. I've shown little updates, little snippets. Of course, if you're a part of the Patreon, you've probably seen it. The anime opening release date will be on my birthday. It's been a long project that I've poured my blood, sweat, and tears into. I've been working really hard. I have some great people on the project, and right now we're finally in the final stages of I'm just singing now. We got the animation all done, the instrumentals are all done, the melody, the lyrics, they're all done. All that's left is singing and mixing. So, December 20 is the official release date for the Shirybun anime opening. And as long as nothing changes, the name of the song will be Lily of the Blood. Unless something changes, but that's most likely going to be the name of the song. So, something to look forward to. Something to enjoy. And it's going to be it's the biggest project I've ever done. I really hope you like it. It's been in like such a long time in the works. It looks amazing. It sounds great. A lot of people have put a lot of effort and time into it. I sure know I have as well. And it's a way for me to spoon feed you my lore, since some people don't want to read my books. But this does also bring me to one of the other things that I wanted to talk about, which is we're going to be having a consistent upload schedule. I have hired 2 more editors, which also meant that I need to take on more work, meaning I'm managing for 2 more people, which is cool. So we're essentially going to be having an upload schedule. Of course, one of my other editors, they take over the clip channel. If you don't know, I have 3 channels. I have the Shirybun ASMR channel, which you heard a little bit about in the beginning. I have the Shirybun CH channel. That's the channel that you're on right now. That's the one that you're listening to. And then I have the Daily Dose of Shirytonin channel, where every single day you get a clip. So if you ever want me, or you ever want to see me out of context, or you want to see funny moments from my stream but don't want to actually watch the streams itself, those are a good way to just get a little daily dose of Shiry. You basically will get a little bit of me every single day. That's also where I post my verticals, which there will be a vertical posted every single day as well once we get to this consistent upload schedule, which is on the first week of every month. So week 1, there will be a thump that is out. Those are the thump and blinks, what you mainly see on this channel right now. Week 2, the Fluffle Kerfuffles are finally going to be back. The person who was working on them before, their name was AJ. AJ no longer is with us, but they didn't die or anything. Don't worry, we're still chilling. They're still my friend. But we have a new person that's going to be taking on the mantle, who is Curly. They will be taking on the mantle of Fluffle Kerfuffles, and every second week of the month, you will get a Fluffle Kerfuffle. All of these will be on Sunday, of course. Sunday is normally when I upload my videos. Week 3, you'll be getting another thump. So basically, there's going to be 2 thumps a month. And then on week 4, you're going to get the Happy Hoppy Host, which is a new fun idea that I had. I think it ended up great. The stream went great. I had a ton of fun doing it, and I want to do a lot more in the future. Basically, I'm hosting a game show where I come up with the questions, I come up with the themes, and I bring together people that I think will be good together and have a fun time together and have a good dynamic together, and subject them to the torture of whatever kind of game I have for them. The first ones we did, or the first ones that I did, was the imposter one, where one person has a fake question and the rest of them have real questions, and no one knows until I give the real question, basically, if you're the imposter or not. And then you have to play off the fact that you have to pretend like your answer was related to the original question, even if it wasn't. And the 3 people that had the real question have to sniff out which the answers seem a little weird and deem them as the imposter. That's essentially the gimmick of the game show. And I had a ton of fun. The stream was a ton of fun, and I can't wait to do more of that game show particularly, and possibly other things in the future, with a fun cast of things. And I even did something cool with a hand cam. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm very excited for it. And of course, once a month there will also be an animation. It's going to be an animated thump. The thump's animated. The next one is going to be the foreskin incident. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Here's a hint. Brother! It's one of my favorite clips ever. And basically, that's going to be the consistent schedule. And on top of that, I do plan on doing extra uploads, just like this Bunny Babble, where I'm hoping on Saturdays every week I can do a Bunny Babble just like I used to. But there are going to be other things that are happening on the channel. That's where I wanted to kind of talk about. One of those is going to be the lore summary videos. I have a lot of lore. I know a lot of people don't want to exactly read, so I have 2 solutions to that. There are 2 new series that I'm going to be introducing, and 2 new series that I'm very excited for in general. There's going to be Thump in the Night, where I'm going to have an animated piece of my art. I'm going to get an art piece specifically made for this, have it animated specifically for this, and it's going to be me reading my short stories that I've written. For those of you that don't know, I'm a writer. When I make jokes about being the lore master, it's half a joke, half not a joke. I really do spend a lot of time writing. I really do spend a lot of time in my lore and on my lore, to the point where there's probably hundreds of pages worth of my story. I do plan on writing a novel about Shiry and the universe that Shiry's in, the universe that I've made. It's no longer VTuber lore. It's legitimately just a world and a story that I want to tell, because I'm a writer. I do writing for other people. I've helped other people with their own lore, and writing is one of my passions. My lore, my world, the thing that I've created is such a huge passion, which also kind of dives into another one of the updates I wanted to say, but we'll get to that soon. But Thump in the Night and my lore summary videos are going to be my bread and butter when it comes to feeding you lore, feeding you my story, feeding you my imagination, and being the storyteller that I always wanted to be. In a way where you're not just sitting down reading a page. It would essentially be kind of like an audiobook. I'll have the text on the screen for people that want to read. There's going to be a nice little comfy animation in the background, and I'm going to be doing voice acting, of course, and it's going to be a good video, I think. I think it's going to be a good series. There's going to be immersion, there's going to be ambiance, I'm going to add little effects in there. Audio editing is something that I'm also good at, so I'm excited for that. And the lore summary videos are going to be more bite-sizable pieces. There's going to be a massive overall lore summary, which is probably going to be like an hour long or something like that. It'll be a long upload, but the other lore summary videos are going to be basically bite-sizable pieces of a specific part of the lore, such as a specific character, such as all of the races, such as different places, or a particular place, or regions, or countries, or specific legends, or interesting characters, or stuff like that. The other things that are going to be happening on the channel, Bunny Babble, as you're hearing right now, Bunny Babbles are going to be, they were always a staple, and they're going to continue to be a staple. I hope to be able to do them every Saturday, maybe even, it's just, I hope that there will always be news. Internet moves really, really fast, so even if I don't have updates for myself, sometimes I struggle to find something worth saying when it comes to the actual news that's happening, because something that happened 2 days ago, it's basically already old news. The internet moves really, really fast nowadays. People forget really quickly and they move on to the next hot topic. So having to wait a week for basically saying the summary of what happened, some of that stuff is basically like talking about it 2 years in the future. It's sad sometimes, but another thing that I'm going to be working on is gaming videos with voiceovers. I'm going to be streaming some games. I haven't been much of a gamer. Well, I game in my free time, but when it comes to streams, I really just haven't been too much of someone that streams video games anymore, because when I was making gaming videos on this channel before, when I first started this channel, there were a lot of gaming videos and they did pretty well. They did 1K, 2K, 3K views. And then once I started doing basically a bunch of clips, my long form videos, which happened to be gaming videos, ended up completely nosediving, which is the entire reason why we have the clip channel now. But I started doing more gaming videos and they were getting like 200, 300, 400 views. And it made me basically kind of lose motivation on doing things that weren't just events. So I stopped streaming games because none of the streams went all that well. And whenever I tried making videos on them, they never performed all that well. So I was just like, why am I even doing this? I should just stream events, turn those events into videos. Most of the time when I am streaming, it's because I expect it to be turned into a video. And it's just me recording with having people watching the recording. But I do want to try doing gaming videos again and adding a little bit of pizzazz to it, a little bit of myself to it, adding voiceovers to me gaming. And the first video that I kind of want to try this out on, the first game that I plan on playing whenever I do get around to it, is No, I'm Not Human. I used to be a horror game streamer before I did all my interviews, and this game has basically gripped me by my brain because I love the story it's trying to tell. I haven't played it myself, but I've seen a lot of other people play it. So I think that I'll be able to have a good take on it, have a lot of different theories, and maybe show people in the stream things that they never got to see any other streamers play or see or do in their playthrough. And as me being a complete lore nerd, I'm actually going to be able to go through all the different story and talk about the character stories and go in depth rather than just talking and not caring and just making all the mistakes that a first-time player typically would. So it should be a less frustrating watch than some of the comment section will be less volatile. And one of the things that I'm hopeful, but I don't want to fool you guys into thinking it's anytime soon, would be my lore detective series, where I go into other VTubers' lores and make essentially a commentary video, a video essay styled on people's or other VTubers' lore, and have it be very highly edited, have it be basically a detective noir theme to it, where I'm a detective and I'm deep diving into their lore and getting to the bottom of it, having theories, being my own little PATT. And that's the goal. And this leads us into one of the other lore things, which is nothing to do with this channel. That's all the channel updates. But the Shiryverse D&D / tabletop game prototype is basically almost ready to be tested. The only thing that's being worked on is the magic system, and basically because you have to create your own spell, we have to make a system where it makes sense and doesn't suck and isn't broken. But within the next 2-3 weeks, the system prototype should be ready to actually be released, and I'll be testing it on some of my Patreon members. Of course, I have all this lore and all that, but one of the things that I'm most excited for, other than making my own anime and writing my own stories, is making my own games. And this tabletop D&D type game is going to be the start. And because I'm working with actual game devs, in the future, we may be able to take the coding for the things that we're doing and turning them into actual Shiry games that not just D&D tabletop nerds are going to be enjoying. The typical gamer will and should be able to enjoy it as well. And this is something where I'm going to be jingling because I do want your attention a little bit. Jingle jingle, for those of you jingle jingle that are into tabletop games, D&D games, or are just interested in my story and my lore and my world in general, If you have any questions about how the system's gonna work, how my lore is, how the world is, what kind of system B is, this is a custom made from scratch, custom made tabletop D&D system. So if you have any questions, or you're curious about something, or you just want to nerd out about my lore, when it comes to Bunny Babbles, I make sure to respond to every single comment. I read all the comments, and I will be responding to you. So if you have any questions regarding tabletop, or my lore, my world, the Shiryverse thing, if you're interested in, then please feel free to go to. And if you ever want a little extra oomph, you can always head on over to my Patreon. That is where I'm going to be selecting the people that will be able to test the prototype. I will be DMing for the first time, so that's going to be exciting. I feel like I'm pretty good at improv and pretty good at storytelling, so I'd like to think that I'm going to do a good job with that. And it's something that I'm super excited for. And that concludes all of the Shiry updates. I yapped for 20 minutes about myself. Yeah, I'm a narcissist. Could you tell? So we're going to be jingling into the current events. So jingle, 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 jingle. Great to see you. Hello, hello, jingle, jingle. The first thing that I'm going to be talking about is something called Petit Planet, actually. And you're going to be able to see it right in the corner there. Hello, hi. There's Petit Planet, where MiHoYo, which is the people that made Genshin Impact, ZZZ, Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact, I believe as well. Basically, how do I call it? The gacha people are making their own Animal Crossing styled game. You might have heard about this because this has been announced for quite a while. It's been a while since I've had my last Bunny Babble, but there's been more and more updates. They're showing off a lot more of the gameplay itself. They're showing off the customizations, and they opened up basically a trial run, a test run for November. I believe it's already closed, but I just wanted to show off how pretty this game looked, how cute it looked. The bunny literally looks like me. It looks like it's going to be a really comfy, cozy game, and it'll be a great way of having your Animal Crossing needs and desires satiated without having to have a Switch. It'll be a game that you can play on computer that isn't Hello Kitty Adventure Island, that's basically replicating what you normally could only get on a Switch, because, I mean, Nintendo really loves keeping it on your Nintendo products. I mean, look how popular Pal World was. If Nintendo just made Pokemon games on a PC, they'd have infinitely more people playing it. And that's what MiHoYoverse is basically kind of going on and pouncing on, is they're going to be filling that void that a lot of PC users have had. And that's, I want to be able to play Animal Crossing on PC, or I want to play Animal Crossing on phone, not just on Switch, and not on an emulator, because, I mean, Nintendo doesn't even like emulators anyway. So this is something that I would honestly give a try, and I will be playing myself. I might stream it for a little bit. It might not be a perma stream thing, because it is an Animal Crossing style game, but it will be a nice comfort game, and it's a great way to just, if you don't want to buy a Switch, or you just don't like Nintendo, even if you don't like MiHoYo, this looks like it'll be a really cute game. It's a cute style, and it's one that I'm looking forward to. MiHoYo also has another game that's in the making, which is essentially like a TFT clone mixed with Pokemon. So MiHoYo went from making gacha games of a open world fantasy world to now making Pokemon and Animal Crossing games, and it's all done in the same universe, which is really interesting. This game, once again, it's called Petit Planet. If it seems like something that would interest you, I would say give it a look. It's something that kind of interests me. And we're gonna jingle into the next topic. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle, hey yo, jingle jingle. Next topic, this is Zeekers. Zeekers says, don't look at the next one. That's cheating. We're just gonna scroll up a little bit. Look at the bottom one, Zeekers, that one. It's only like a one-line thing, so it's not gonna take up much space. So Zeekers says new game in a week. It has been announced what that new game is, because, spoiler alert, it's been a few weeks since they tweeted this. Zeekers is the person that made Lethal Company. He's someone that I watch frequently. Well, I don't watch stream or game or videos, but I check their Twitter frequently because they made a banger of a game called Lethal Company, meaning if they make a new game, it's going to be another banger most likely, or if they're a one-hit wonder, they're a one-hit wonder, but it's someone that I see has a lot of potential. So they basically said that they're releasing a new game, and they have announced, I don't know if it's fully out yet, it might be, but it is a text-based horror adventure, which honestly, maybe I'll play, maybe it seems good. But if you liked Lethal Company, just know that the creator of that game has made a new game, and I believe it is out. Yeah, I think it's a text-based horror game. And that's it for that. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, 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 jingle. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. And so this is the one I was so excited. You don't understand how excited I was when I saw this. PATT has been cast as Toy Bonnie in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I was creaming myself. Bunny batter all in my pants. Like, I cannot explain to you how much I was expecting this to be a joke, a meme, a fraud, to be lied to. I was checking to see if this account just posts meme or shit posts, or seeing if this was real. And then I saw that there was a video attached to it where it was PATT himself announcing the fact that he was going to be Toy Bonnie. Another person is Chica, is going to be Megan Fox, who I believe was the girl from all the Transformer movies. She's the hot one that everyone loved. So it looks like there's going to be a pretty insane cast for these animatronics. And I make jokes about it all the time. I call myself Matt Bunnerson, PATT, Matt Bun. Just, PATT is he's one of my favorite goobers. I am a person that is a huge nerd, especially when it comes to theories and imagination and thinking outside the box, and I feel like PATT does that great for a lot of his theories. Even if not all of them are good, he always has a fun time, and he seems to know the system pretty well on top of that. And one of the biggest things and largest things he's ever covered was FNAF, and he had a huge part in FNAF's success. So seeing him voice one of the animatronics, especially the bunny one, Bonnie the bunny, I'm so, he's playing the Twink Bunny. He gets to be the Twink Bunny. It should have been me, but it wasn't, and it's okay. If anyone was gonna snag this role from me and steal it from me, I'm glad it was my Lord and Savior, Matt Bunnerson. And I'm happy for him, and this has made me basically, I am 100% gonna watch this movie now because PATT is Toy Bonnie. So I have to watch it. I have no choice. I have to watch it now. The only thing that's missing is hopefully Markiplier will be able to play Freddy. Withered Freddy or Balloon Boy. That'd be pretty funny. Imagine just Markiplier's Balloon Boy. Anyway, I'm a FNAF nerd sometimes. I enjoy myself some good FNAF. I also enjoy myself some PATT. So I have two of the good things and we're squishing them together, and I'm a happy bunny for this. Now, jingle, 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 jingle. This is kind of old news. Jingle, jingle. It's about the Twitch viewer count incident. Jingle, 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 jingle. For those of you that are streamers that watch me, or those of you that are attempting to become a streamer, or maybe you stream on Twitch, whether your views are 100, whether your views are 10, whether your view, even if your views are 2. This is something that has affected a lot of people, and we do know a little bit more about because time has passed. This was the beginning of the month. Essentially, Twitch made a change to Twitch in general, where they were going to be taking a stance attacking view bots and bots in general, which people immediately saw an immediate effect on that. And a lot of people in the beginning were praising and being happy about Twitch and being like, oh my god, Twitch did something good, yippee, yippee, yippee. And as time has passed, people realized, hey, that's weird, how come my viewership is dropping? Or hey, that's weird, I've counted the amount of people that are in my chat, but it's not being accurate to the view count. And so now we've learned a few things about why your viewer count is down. And they've even created plugins and add-ons that show you what your true view count is next to your actual view count, because your actual view count is lower than the amount of viewers that you actually have, most likely. Basically, when Twitch was going after the view bots, they did a few things to try to figure out what and who is a view count. And they also made some sneaky changes as well while they were at it. So there are two things that go into play when calculating your view count now. One is it an active live viewer? And 2, do they have an ad block? Active live viewers have to do something like redeem. You can't have the page muted. You have to actively engage with the page, which, considering when you're watching a stream, most of the time is on your second monitor, or you're not giving it your full attention. Most of the time when you're watching streams, you're kind of doing your own thing. So if you're not actively chatting, if you're not actively doing any kind of redeems, if you're not doing anything on the page, you are essentially not counted as a viewer, which is something that's ended up hurting a lot of streamers, especially ones that are on the mid-size or small size, because especially if you're trying to get something like partner, or if you're trying to get something like affiliate. I don't think affiliate is, I think affiliate you only need 3 average viewers, but for partner you need 75, and that's a lie. You need way more than 75. You need a consistent of at least 100 for like 3-4 months. So partner's hard to get unless you have the ASMR hack where you just do ASMR. But it's hit a lot of people's where it hurts, where a lot of people are insecure. A lot of content creators, especially those that are trying to do it for a living, when they see their numbers going down and they can't explain it, they don't know why, it gives them a sense of sadness, of just like, why am I fighting for something? Why is, when I'm trying to do everything right, it's like, well, no matter if I try my hardest, it just seems futile. It feels like I'm just drowning. I'm swimming in a pool of oil and I can't break my head. I'm struggling to break my head above the water just to take a quick breath, and then I just go under right again. It feels like no matter what I'm doing, I'm just struggling and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. It gave a lot of people that feeling of, why are my numbers down? I didn't do anything differently. I'm not doing anything wrong, and it just seems unexplainable. Is my content just bad? Did I stop being interesting? Did I upset someone? Did someone say something about me? There's so many things that will go into someone's head, especially if they're trying to be a full-time streamer. They're going to be a lot more insecure about their viewer count. They're going to be a lot more sensitive about it. They're going to be afraid, because this is what they want to do for a living. This is what they care about. This is their dream. This is their passion. So seeing something like their viewer count, that's why one of the biggest things to kind of recommend to streamers is don't look at your viewer count. You're never going to be happy with it. Don't watch it. If anything, look at the analytics after the stream, but never look at it while you're live. Hide your viewer count. That's what a lot of streamers do, and even big streamers still do that. I know Astro Spiff still hides their viewer count from them because they get really sad sometimes if they see that it's not good, and it's just a human natural response to that. And so this hit a lot of streamers in a big way. This hurt a lot of people just emotionally, mentally, and their livelihoods. For some mid-sized streamers that basically need sponsorships in order to survive, and sponsorships don't give a shit about anything other than CCV. Most of the time, the amount of money that you get from sponsors, or sponsors in general, comes from your CCV. They don't actually look at your content. They don't actually look at your streams. They just check to see what your CCV is, and maybe your chat's interaction to see if they're actually active. Half the time, they don't know what the hell you do. They don't know what you stream. Maybe they'll take a peek at the Twitch thing where it shows how much you've streamed and which category you've streamed the most of. And I mean, they could get a lot of wrong information about that. It says that I've streamed League of Legends for 1,000 hours, but I probably only streamed it for about 10 as a VTuber. All of it was from when I was in high school, streaming as when I was not a VTuber. So that would hurt a lot of people that are trying to survive, and their view count halves or does more. For some people, it was saying that their actual CCV was about 70, but the view count it was saying that they were at, that Twitch was accounting for, was like 10, 20. And the views on the VOD would still be high. It would be the same amount of views on the VOD. So despite their actual real-time CCV being so low, the amount of views and viewers that they got were the same. And that was, one, because of essentially you have to be active in chat, and two, anyone that has an ad blocker now isn't counted as a viewer. And this is something that YouTube as well is doing. Something that a lot of creators have noticed was that despite their revenue, their monetization number not going down, their viewer counts and the amount of views that they've gotten have gone down tremendously. And what people have been able to basically pinpoint and figure out was it's the fact that people are using ad blockers, which ad blockers, you weren't making money anyway. So the people that were watching you, it's the same amount of people that were watching you, and your monetization number wouldn't change because you weren't making money from them anyway. So in theory, if your viewer count was halved, your monetization, the amount of money that you make, should also be halved. But because when you had the number originally, they were using ad blockers, meaning you weren't making money off of them anyway, it just means that now they no longer count as a view. And that's something that Twitch is also doing, as far as I'm aware of. Of course, I don't have the actual algorithm in front of me, so most of this is from what I've done for my own research and the research that I've seen, and the conclusion that I and a few others have come to. So this is just kind of an update when it comes to Twitch and Sudden CCV. As far as I'm aware, this has not changed. The viewer count and users in chat and all of this stuff is still down. So that's basically for anyone that wants to be a streamer, or just anyone that's interested in silly Twitch stuff. That's my update for it. And now I've yapped enough about Twitch. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle. It's time for another video game. Jingle jingle. This one was August 25th, so this was a long time ago. I don't know any actual other updates on this one, but this is first-person sandbox survival game Everwind, where you explore a world in a flying ship. Has released gameplay footage resembling realistic Minecraft. Also supports multiplayer. I just thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Whenever I saw it, I marked it in my little bookmarks of the Money Babble topics. It seemed like just a realistic Minecraft, and it looked pretty cool, so I just wanted to show it off. I don't think I would ever really play it, but I don't know, it looked cool to me, so I wanted to share it. That's it. Okay, jingle jingle, up next. I can't remember if I showed this on the last Money Babble. I don't think I did, but this to me was really, really cute, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So a new visual novel ended up getting released on Steam, and it is called 3 Wishes, and it's got a bunch of cute girls in it, and you head pat them, and it's really cute, it's wholesome, it's adorable, and I thought it was cute. I liked how the animations looked. It seemed silly, it seemed goofy, and it's a development that I've been watching throughout probably a few months now. I haven't played it yet, despite it being out, but I don't know. It seemed cute. I think I talked about it maybe before on the Money Babble, but I can't remember exactly. But if you want to head pat girls, cute girls, it's something that you could look forward to. It looked really cute, and I don't know, head patting and cute, those things I normally am a fan of, and I wanted to show off. So, jingle jingle, up next. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle, jingle jingle. The last thing, which is if you use Discord, you already know about this, you've seen it, you've dealt with it, maybe. Unless you haven't been hit with it yet. I've seen people in my real life world get hit by this. I've also seen people DMing me getting hit about this. If you didn't know, I have a Discord server. If you didn't know, my Discord server is 18+. If you didn't know, Discord has deemed it an 18+ thing, so it has made it so people genuinely need ID verification in order to even have access to my Discord, like the server. And something that August 24th and beyond has rolled out is Discord has rolled out basically an ID verification for people that want to use Discord servers, or just Discord in general is making it so you kind of need to verify ID. The whole world was going through this scary idea and scary place of you need to use your ID for everything. I know YouTube has done it. If they think that you're a kid, they will require you to use your ID verification. I know all of UK, if you want to view any kind of porn or anything like that, apparently any of those sites you need to have an ID verification for as well. And now Discord's doing it. I've had a few people that have literally needed their ID in order to access my server On the bright side, it is an 18 plus server, so that guarantees even more safety for my server. My server isn't sexual or lewd or not safe work or anything like that. I just try to make sure that my content is, it's not exactly for kids. I try to keep my audience above the age of 18, that way it keeps everyone safe, and also my humor isn't meant for kids. My interviews a lot of times will have mature themes to it. Sometimes I'm literally interviewing porn artists, like they're or not safe for creators. And even though I myself am not sexual, I still just want to make sure that everyone in my community is safe, and I don't want anyone to be in danger ever, both kids and also adults alike, because kids can lie and can try to fucking fool, not really knowing the consequences that could lead both parties in the future. So I've always, ever since I made my stuff, have always tried to remain 18 plus, including my Discord server. I don't think my Discord server was ever below the age of 18, just because I like keeping my community secure, and I don't like kids. I don't want kids watching my content. I think that I try to cultivate my audience well. I'm trying to make a community of femboy haters because I hate femboys, and I'm trying to make a community of just adults with like-minded minds or personalities of myself, or find my content interesting, or find my world or lore interesting as well. So there's only two things I don't allow, and that's kids in my community and femboys in my community. If you're a femboy, fuck off, I hate you. Also, if you call me a femboy, I fucking don't. I'd rather you call me a slur than call me a femboy. I hate that. I'm glad that I have people in the whenever someone ever comments like, oh my god, Shiry, are you a femboy? Or Shiry's the femboy, or Shiry's my favorite femboy. There's always like 15 people commenting above them or below them being like, Shiry's not a femboy, by the way. Keep doing that. That's amazing. You always make me so hard whenever you do that. I'm so happy that I have people that actually know that I'm not one, because I've gone on so many rants, and it's about time I make another video saying, no, I'm not a femboy. No, I don't like femboys. Here's why I hate femboys, blah, blah, blah. And no, I'm not one. I don't have a feminine personality. Just because I have a hair color of pink doesn't make me feminine. Don't like girl things. I don't like girly things. I don't have the same personality of femboys. I'm just a dude. I am just a soft boy. I like cute things, and I like comforting things. I like blankets. I like baggy sweaters, baggy clothes. I don't like fashion. Don't like thigh highs. Don't like blahas. I don't like half the thing that femboys or feminines or girls or I don't like that. I also don't like things that guys like either. I don't like cars. I don't like guns. I don't like a whole bunch of stuff. I don't fall into manly man category. I don't fit into girl category either. I don't fit into femboy. I don't fit into boy. I'm just a soft boy, I guess. I don't know. I just like comfort. Anyway, jingle jingle, and I hope you enjoyed your impromptu rant about femboys. God, that's how you know I hate them. I go on a passionate ramble about how much I hate them. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. All you people's faults. Okay, anyway, so it's time for our Bunny Babble questions. I'm going to be going over a bunch of questions for you to leave down in the comments below so I can respond to them all and look at them all and enjoy them all and give them those little hearts that you guys are addicted to. I'll give a little heart down in the comment section below. Of course, I'll be pinning my Bunny Babble question of the week down below as well. Have to do that. It's a requirement. Of course, I'm going to do that. So we're going to start with the questions of, have you had to ID verify yourself on Discord? Have you seen this thing roll out at all? Oh, here, let me get rid of that for you. You don't have to see it anymore. Did you ever have to get that ID verification for Discord? Is this something that you've never seen at all? Did you even know what happens? Has this affected you in the slightest? Are you someone that would just never show your ID for anything? And how do you feel about the world seeming to do either more censorship or doing less privacy? You seem to have a lot less privacy. So it's either censorship or privacy. How do you feel about that? I want your thoughts on that. Up next, when it comes to the two games that I talked about that I kind of briefed over a little bit, do you like patting cute girls, or maybe is it you rather pat cute boys? Would you think you would play that game? What would you like to pat the most? If you had something, whether it's a cat, dog, boy, girl, man, what would you like to pat the most out of all of those? Out of anything? Give me what you would, your highest pat probability. Up next, you know, the everwin thingy. Do you think you're going to be playing that realistic Minecraft if it comes out, when it comes out, if it's not fake news? Who knows? Up next, the Twitch CCV. Are you a streamer? Have you streamed before? Is this something that you have experienced? And Kid, if you have experienced this, can you tell me about how this made you feel? Have you felt the effects of this? Did you seem to not notice it at all? Did you not care about it? Do you think people are being too whiny, or do you think maybe it's valid fears that people have? Do you think this is more just fear-mongering, or is this something that has physically actually hurt you and something that maybe has been demotivating you from streaming more? And are you a fan of MatPat? Are you a fan of FNAF? Are you excited that MatPat is going to be voicing Toy Bonnie in FNAF 2? And have you ever played Lethal Company? If so, do you plan on playing their new game that I believe is out? And for the Animal Crossing game, the Hoyoverse Genshin Impact Animal Crossing game, is that something that you're going to check out? Is that something that interests you? Are you going to try it out? And lastly, when it comes to the questions that I give you, how do you feel about all the updates that I gave you regarding myself? Are you excited for the TTRPG game that I'm making? Are you, like, what are you most excited for of all of the things that I mentioned, whether it be the ASMR, the bunny babbles, the TTRPG, the anime opening, summary videos, Thump in the Dark? What is the series or content that you are most excited to see in the future? And for my Bunny Babble question of the week, my weekly BBQ, weekly Bunny Babble question, jingle jingle, I hope you're ready for it. Who would you like to see thumped next? I would like to know who you want me to interview. Who would be your wet dream of an interview? And if I were to play any game, if I came back to gaming videos, what is a game that you want me to play? Whether it's old, whether it's new, what's a game that you really wished more people would play, or you just want to see me play? And with that, I'm gonna have to do the outro. This bunny boy bellows a bye-bye. 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 Dun 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 dun. I hope this song's stuck in your head. I hope you miss this song. I hope it's stuck in your head forever and you can never stop thinking about it.